Good morning, boys and girls, and happy Monday. So yesterday we worked on finishing this first part of our graphic organizer. We worked on, again, we had those themes in there. We worked on the mountain plots, and then on Friday we worked on the characters and settings. So again, with the characters and settings, just want to make sure that this is pointed out again. You need to have at least 2, no more than 5. Okay, again, your characters do not all have to be main characters. If you have a character that has 1 or 2 lines, like our fairy godmother is going to have, that's great. You still need to add her in here. And then with our setting, again, at least 2 settings, no more than 3. Again, they don't have to be elaborate. It can be the river, it can be the ocean, it could be the sky, it could be at a house. Okay, just make sure we have at least 2 so we can add those into our plays. All right, boys and girls, so today we're going to work on describing our characters and describing our setting. So this is where a lot more information needs to come in. So again, I'm going to come back here, get our bullet points going. They're going to come over here. So describing our characters, we're going to start with Kendra. I know we talked a little bit about it on Friday with Kendra being brave, courageous, standing up for her friends. But I do want to get a little bit of backstory as to how she appears as well. So describing characters so we get a good idea as to what they look like, also as to how they act. Okay, so with Kendra, we're going to say that she's tall, brown hair, will do anything for Rainbow and her friends. And then we can also say, does not yet know she has a fairy godmother. Okay, so just a little bit of backstory on her. So now we're going to talk about Beth. She is also tall, but she has black hair. Again, we talked about Beth being a little bit more on the shy side. Okay, so we can say that she's quiet, does not like confrontation. So with confrontation, she doesn't like it when people are mad at each other, when they use angry voices or stern voices. Okay. And then we can also say she has a lot of friends. Okay, just give a backstory as to how she is. So even though she's quiet, she gets along with everyone. Okay, so we can say this as well, gets along with others. Okay, now thinking about our giant. He is very tall. He lives in the woods in a cottage. Okay, we're not gonna have this giant live on a beanstalk. So he lives in the woods in a cottage. Is not happy because he has no friends. He only has his pet unicorn. Okay. And then last but not least, we're going to talk about our fairy godmother a little bit more, who is kind. Again, she helps Kendra and Beth. And she can fly. Okay? Our fairy godmother has to fly. And then also, we need to make sure she has magic. Okay? Alrighty, boys and girls. So with the writing that we have here, I know that it looks very small. So again, just to remind you how to make that bigger as well if you'd like to. So right now we have that black cursor in there, blinking back and forth at us. That needs to go away. So the way we're going to get that gone is we're going to come over here, click on the blue border, and then it's gone. Once it's gone, you can come up here to these numbers and press that plus sign so we can make it bigger so it's a little bit nicer to see. All right. Alrighty, boys and girls, so let's go ahead and work on our describing settings. So we need to add a little bit more detail here. So what we're going to work on first, boys and girls, is the castle. It's Kendra's castle. Okay, it's made of stone, has a drawbridge, it's up on a hill with a lot of fields around it, has a stable for Kendra's horses and Rainbow. She only has one unicorn. Okay. And then we can add a lot more details if we like. Let's say that it has, not Cabo. It has 3 stories. It says 3 stories tall. Ooh. Has balconies. Okay. And then we can also say it's by a river. Okay, so we can add a lot of details with the castle. Just make sure we're being specific as to where it is, what the surroundings look like. If your setting has mountains by it, that'd be great to add. If you guys are doing outer space, just talking about which planet you're on, the kind of colors that are there. If you guys have a spaceship that you're in, make sure you're describing that as well. So again, have fun. Just make sure we're adding as much detail as possible with describing our settings. And then the last one that we're going to do, so the only other setting that I have, boys and girls, is the woods. Okay, so it's going to be where the giant lives in his big cottage. It's dark and spooky woods. Now, you got to have dark and spooky woods in a good play. Okay, so we got some dark and spooky woods. Lots of animals live there. So that might come back in our play as well when we start talking about when Kendra and Beth first enter the woods, if the animals come and help, or if they scatter, or if they're mean. So we can add those in there as well. Alrighty, boys and girls, so that's where I'm going to stop with our describing setting. Again, if you want to make it bigger, because it is kind of small, just make sure you click on the border first, that blue border first, and then you can come up to the numbers, click those numbers and make them much bigger. Now, boys and girls, when you're clicking the numbers, please don't go like this. Just keep on going, okay? Make sure you're just making it big enough to where you can read it and it still fits inside the text box. All right? Alrighty, boys and girls, go have fun describing your characters and setting. Again, be as descriptive as possible. And then I will see you guys tomorrow.